This is the only QKido build guide you need to hit high elo. I'm currently at 2300 elo, which is like 200 away from leaderboard. I'll probably hit leaderboard soon, but I'm a little lazy to play this build, so I'll probably swap it. But I'm going to give you guys every single tip I know and how to play this build. Now the build's pretty simple. It's 50 Kido and 15 speed. I do not ever recommend you go 60 Kido to get this one high league move. It's horrible. It's got insane windup, and if you hit people with it, you're probably in a horrible elo, and it won't work once you get to high elo. That's because in high elo, people are just running all the time, and you need this flash step scaling and the flash step like mastery, and which just reduces CD, so you can actually keep up and also space when you need to. Because QKido, while it is like combo heavy, you do need to sometimes S key a little bit to get your CDs back to be like actually useful. But other than that, this is fine. Now for your essence, there's really only one you can run, and that's Bambi Sphere. It does high posture. Actually, I think it guard breaks. It has stun, good damage, and combo extend. So once you land Bambi Sphere, the ragdolled on the floor. You can hit his shadows into piercing light. You can even land a Sank Zwinger if you're close enough, but I don't recommend having that move in your thing because it's pretty situational. But yeah, you can just do whatever. Even a Still Silver immediately after Bambi Sphere, they're ragdolled and they can't do anything about it. So it's free damage. If you're going to use this, or I mean, you should use this as the only one you could run. Shadowed Comet's horrible. It does no damage, has no stun, and it barely hits as well. So if you're using Shadowed Comet, you're probably a bum. I'm not gonna lie, so just get a Bambi Sphere, please. For your weapon, you actually have a ton of variety in what you can use. I'm currently using Karen, which is really nice. It's got a really long range crit, and it's got fast M1s. The crit doesn't guard break, but it does a ton of posture, and if you stack it with like one other move, like they block a gift ball, or like any of your other Kido moves, you're gonna guard break. So it's like, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't have a guard break, and anyways, even if you do land it, the second part of the crit where you hit somebody, you can press crit again, and you'll do a close range slash, which guard breaks, which most people will get guard broken by, to be honest. So it's a really good mix-up. You can even do an M1 before you do the second proc of that crit, because it doesn't like time out immediately. It's not like crit immediately. You can actually crit, wait a little bit, then crit. So that's a really good mix-up tool, really nice. Other weapons you could use though, or like Great Lance. Great Lance has pretty similar M1s. Like Karen's got fast M1s. Great Lance has kind of similar, I think a little slower, but its crit does have a little more windup, but it does guard break. So that's nice. You can run that as well. Other weapons you could run that would probably work. You could run Cutlass. It's got a good M1s, a good crit that's maneuverable, pretty long range, and also the crit on Cutlass puts 50% true damage or whatever the buff is. You can also run Juggrum Shield, which really nice, just projectile to throw out, huge AoE, and guard breaks one hit, and it's just good to just throw whenever. It's a nice tool. Anyways, for your skill boxes, you can run Licked Regen. This one's probably the best one you can do. When you hit a wall or just go on a person, it's going to do 3 of those blasts instead. Does high damage, high posture, guard breaks, and sometimes it's hard to parry because of how they're spread out. Like, even if they parry one of them, that doesn't guarantee they're going to parry all the other like Licked Regen shots. So like 1 of 3 could get parried, and then the other 2 will hit them anyways, ragdolling them, which is really nice and sets up for a ton of combos. It's one of your main damage tools, so you have to use it. The second skill box I recommend is Zorn Goats. This one throws a bunch of arrows above you, and when you land an M1 with either your bow or your weapon, they're going to fall down onto them, which does a ton of damage and has a lot of hit stun. So if you land an M1 with this, you could probably spam M1s for like 2 more M1s afterwards, just because they're still getting hit by these arrows, which is really nice, and probably one of your highest damage tools as well. Now for your bow, you really only have one option. I recommend you use Ginrei, which is common. It's really easy to roll. You'll probably get it like in one reroll. I got it in one. But it has shotgun M1s, which are no range, but they do the highest damage. They're higher damage than your normal weapon M1s, so if you're not spamming your M1s, you're probably doing something wrong. Like, if they're up close, I always have my bow out just so I can spam M1s on it. Also, the crit is really nice as well, because the crit, it's a little more wind-up, but it sends out an arrow with a little less range than most, but it doesn't guard break. But even if they end up blocking or parrying the shot, it's going to explode into a flower of arrows all around you. Or so, like, usually they'll block it, it'll go past them, hit them, and explode into arrows, which has a ton of hit stun. They can get hit by multiple arrows, allowing you to gap close, spam a bunch of M1s, or just like do a bunch of moves. You probably see a ton of examples of it. I'll actually throw up one right now if I can. So you can definitely see how broken it is. It's almost unavoidable at certain points. And it also has like an insanely huge hitbox on the arrow. So like, say I'm slightly to the right here, I'll probably still hit them and the arrow will explode, allowing you to get hit stun for a combo extend. So really broken. Now for your Schrift, there's a ton of options, but I really like DD. The gift ball is uncounterable, and they're going to be forced to block it or parry it. Free posture, a lot of pressure as well, because you can just throw a gift ball at them, do a Still Silver, combo extend. Also the gift bad, the one on the floor here, forces them to get like stuck in place. You can do a Licked Regen for free. And yeah, that's really nice as well. Other ones you could run, Miracle works, anything with like a ranged move as well that lets you like combo extend or be nice off of like heat is good. Off the top of my head, Thunder is good, or Thunderbolt. Yeah, Thunderbolt's good. Blunt and even because you have the T move. G move is really nice as well, close. Even Explode. There's a ton of options. I recommend DD though. It's the most consistent because it forces them into pretty bad parry checks. Alright, so I'm going to go through all the moves you should have in your hopper and how you can utilize them. Now, Sanct Bogdan, you're going to put arrows up in the air. Pretty simple. They fly towards them, dealing decent posture, decent damage, and if it does end up hitting them, it ragdolls them for like a slight bit. But the main way you should use this tool is just like for free pressure and also for poke. It also is a really good one for combo extending because it hides your animations because of how much visual noise it makes. Like when it hits the floor, it's going to make a big particle effect, which can basically mask your moves. And also it's really loud. When it lands, it's going to cover up the sound of other moves. So like what I usually like to do is I do Sanct Bogdan into shadows immediately. And then while it's flying, I do my shadows because they might not hear the shadows proccing on them and they won't be able to see it. And if the Sanct Bogdan does hit them and ragdolls them, shadows will be confirmed, which is really nice. So that's a really easy combo you can do. But anyways, just have it up whenever. It's free damage. Also, it basically lets you move stack because you can do anything you want while they're flying or like after you activate it. You can crit to like add posture, so Sanct might guard break when it hits them. So just like use it whenever. Piercing Light is a close range move that does good damage, especially if you hit both procs of it, because it's got good like lunge range, good like slash range. And also, if you hit both of them, an extra a beam of light will come down and hit them, which does like, I think it's true damage. I might be wrong, but it does a ton of damage. So if you land that, it's going to be a good one. It's a good mix-up after your M1s as well, off your crit. And if you land shadows, your piercing light will teleport to them, which is free combo right there. Licked Wine is a barrage of attacks. It has almost no startup, so you can just kind of throw out whenever, like off an M1, off a crit, a mix-up after a feint. Like I do feint into a Licked Wine. Like it's so fast, has good range. Doesn't do too much damage, honestly, but if you have like a Sanct Bogdan up and then you hit them with Licked Wind, it'll confirm Sanct Bogdan or like any other move that's flying towards them. So has a good hit stun, really nice for that. Shadows is a targetable move, like sure, you just put it on them and it'll summon a shadow to hit them. It's pretty easy to block though, but if you do land it, Piercing Light will teleport and will also show their HP and Ray, which is cool. But you don't want to use this move raw. You want to combo with other moves. Like say I throw like a gift ball at them, I'll put shadows on them for extra pressure. I do Sanct Bogdan into shadows, a focal point into shadows, just anything flying towards them to make it so they have to choose which one they're going to either block or get hit by. So like ideally, you'll throw a gift ball at them, throw a shadows. Best way to use slide, just kind of use it whenever. It's got really low CD, or wind up, sorry. And when you're using it, just circle around them to make it harder to parry. And you can kind of spam it at range, especially in lets. It'll become like a really like fast arrow. Usually I like to do is like hit them once, move my mouse, then hit them again so they can't parry it. But sometimes I'd be forgetting and I just spam all three of them. So it's free poke, just use that. Reishi String, this one has pretty long windup, but if you hit them, it's going to make it so they can't flash it up. Usually I like to GB, go into either a Reishi String or a Still Silver, because both of them debuff them, making them not able to move, which makes it a lot easier to like do stuff. Also, it actually makes it so they can't use moves as well, so that's kind of annoying. So just kind of spam wherever. It's also mouse aimable, so you can kind of mix it up by not looking at them and then like throw it off at them. Still Silver, this is your ranged poke tool. It guard breaks, and you can kind of just pair it with whatever. I usually like to do a focal point like behind me to give it more delay, so they're going to have to be forced to block that or get hit by it, and then I do a Still Silver. You can also do Sanct Bogdan into Still Silver, just to kind of force them to block that or get hit by one or the other, you know? And yeah, it's just really good. Use it off of GB as well. Focal Point, this one's going to be an auto-target arrow that does like pretty low damage, but it's just a good one to force block or so they can get hit by it. You can also combo Focal Point into Still Silver when they get hit by Focal Point, and then into Still Silver it does like an extra like pierce, which does more damage. I think it's true damage, can't really remember. But a cool thing to know about it is that it comes out your right side, so like if they're right there and I use it on them, it's going to auto-track, but I could turn to the right to delay it more, so it shoots out this way first and then that way, so give it more time to force them to like either block that or I could move stack with another move. You can also focal point towards them like this to give it less time, and if they're up close, it'll go behind them, which makes it like way harder to block. So there's a lot of mix-ups you can do there. Claver, this one's just throw out whenever. Like if you put a focal point on them, do a claver, and if the focal point, usually like I'll put it away from them, like I said, put it to the side, and then I claver behind them, so they're forced to get hit by either one. It's a really good poke tool. You can kind of just do whenever. Throw a gift ball into claver. Anything flying towards them, just do a claver, just to make it annoying. And yeah, that's about it. Anyways, I'm going to get into some gameplay of ranked. I'm probably going to put like the hardest fight up first, which was the one I think I got to like around 2300 elo. Then the rest of them will be kind of just like good clips of it. Another big tip for when you're fighting is at the beginning of a ranked match, spam as much as you can before you get in combat. Like do anything to avoid staying in combat. If you have to S key and spam from afar, do it. It's free damage, and QKido takes a ton of Ray, so make sure you take advantage of that beginning part. Like you get 30 seconds of good damage in, that is amazing.